Итак, здравствуйте, дорогие подписчики и зрители канала. Меня зовут Александр, и сегодня мы проходим миссию Великой Кокосовой Козы. Да-да, вы не ослышались, именно Гань Юй. Мне необходимо ее найти на скалах, потому что она пошла с какой-то миссией к адептам и потерялась. Мы за нее, поскольку сильно переживаем, решили узнать, что же произошло. Геокул. Так, а где Геокул-то? Тихо. Я иду. Ух, что, двое, что ли? О, Гей-окул. Тихо. Это прикол какой-то? Вы чё? Ребята? Тихо. Тихо. Тихо, тихо, тихо. Что-то дофига. Тихо, тихо, тихо. Это уже второй упал, да? А чё не палочек, где палочек, где падают? Ой. Ребят, вы чё? Давайте дружно жить, а? Что происходит? Вали его нахер. У меня персонажа, и он меня теряет. Лайфхудск. Тихо. Да блин, нету способностей никаких. Тихо. Это у меня неспланированное путешествие с этими двумя дебилами. Тихо. О, ну не успел немножко. Тихо, тихо, тихо. Давай ты поближе ко мне полетишь. Братишка. Тихо. Фишер. Рыбаль. О, тихо. Кто из вас делает это? Вот он. Быстрее, взрыв. Тихо, где ты? Все, труп. Не по плану ним. А вон и Геокул. Не по плану немножко пошло дело. Но зато нам дали пару плюшек. Что тоже неплохо. Давайте. Так вот. И вот так. Так. Так говорится. И рыбку съесть. И на бутылку съесть. Так. Геокул. И где наша любимая кокосовая коза? А вот она. Я, кажется, ее нашел. Привет, кокосик. YouTube.
I did not expect to meet you here. Is it official or private affairs that bring you here? I shouldn't. I have left the human world. Please contact the Yuahai Pavilion regarding matters concerning the commercial port.
Ты умирать собиралась, что ли?
Huh? You don't want to be the chasing secretary anymore? But they're all waiting for you to come back.
That's why you're here? You want me to come back? I'm afraid you came here in vain.
Что случилось?
What? Did something happen?
The clouds fold and unfold. The tide ebbs and flows. It was meant to be. When the Adepti entrusted humans with overseeing
Тебя там Чича ищет. Куда ты собралась уходить? Твои кокосы будут простаивать.
My Adepti blood makes me unwelcome in Liyue Harbor. I delivered the letter and came back to Liyue Harbor, only to discover that I had been replaced by
Они не
By
справляются.
Xiao and by Shi. Perhaps that mission of mine was just a pretext to remove me. Since I appreciate your kindness, but there's no need for your words of comfort. After 1,000 years away, I came back to Juyun Karst. Looking at the clouds floating among the mountains brings me peace of mind. I feel better now.
But
Who disturbs the peace of these mountains?
О. Я.
Cloud Retainer, we're terribly sorry. We just...
One merely jests. One felt your presence the moment you set foot upon this land.
Wow, you Adepti really are impressive.
Come here to chat about the old times with Ganyu. It looks like you get along quite well. A matter leaves you at an impasse then. Not to worry. One is exceptional at seeking avenues for conversation. One has been one's own companion in idle talk for many a year. Yes. Since you are Ganyu's friends, tales from her youth shall one apprise you of, perhaps?
Oh, Cloud Retainer.
Nothing to be ashamed of. You were so cute as a child.
Она про каждого
It is
так
most certain
рассказывает.
that your friends would like to hear of it.
Oh, Paimon wants to hear it.
Little Ganyu loved
Гладь
when the
девушки.
horns on the top of her head were caressed. When one was still taking care of her, one was pestered most often to touch her horns. She was elsewise loath to sleep.
Wow.
Plump she was back then. Why, when she stumbled while we ascended the mountain, she would roll down to the bottom
Ну
like a
да,
little ball.
прикольная форма. Спасибо за ракурс.
The day Ganyu bumped into a pilgrim was the first time she saw a real human in the flesh. So fearful she was that she hid in a rock's cleft for 2 days and nights. One found her wailing of a monster she had seen.
Cloud Retainer? Forget it. It's about time for my training. I will take my leave.
One's intention was merely to relieve the awkward tension.
And you did the exact opposite. Impressive.
Be that so? But returning to Ganyu, most gladdened one is of your arrival. One cannot help but feel that remaining in Jueyun Karst shall not be good for her. One will tell you more about her, if you should permit it. Most benevolent among all Adepti are the Qilin. They drink only spring water and eat only whole grain. But perhaps the mountainous dwellings of Adepti in Jueyun Karst might be too lonely for her human side. Under moonlight did one see her last. She stood by the precipice's edge, and upon the mist-veiled mountains she gazed. Her thin figure was immersed in the vast sea of clouds. One noticed her loneliness and sought to convince her to go back to the human world. But just then, she said thus.
Liyue Harbor feels even lonelier than Jueyun Karst. When I look at the sea of clouds in Jueyun Karst, I merely feel the loneliness of a solitary cloud gazer. When I step into the sea of people in Liyue, I feel the loneliness of an inhuman that doesn't belong in the
Только
human
мне
world.
интересно, она в принципе не может быть такой одинокой, потому что у нее симпатичное тело, ну красивое тело. То, что у нее рожки, никак не могло на это повлиять, на внимание к ней.
She will find her predicament hard to conquer. One hopes that you will accompany her.
Oh, Retainer's right. We can't leave Ganyu depressed like that. Besides, Liyue hasn't given up on her. She's got it all wrong. Anyways, what's that training Ganyu was talking about?
She has sought to reclaim her Adeptus side since returning to Jueyun Karst. At her behest, one has organized training for her to
Она,
achieve that
кстати,
end.
по-моему, тренировал уже еще этого, ледяную девочку, да?
Huh, is that so? Let's go take a look then.
Гань и Юй. Погнали, короче, на место тренировок. Юй, юй, юй. Гань, юй, 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 юй. Тихо. Ах, вот ты где. Паймон постоянно мои мысли читает.
Why did you come here?
Так. Потренироваться с тобой.
Is that so? You really are interested in the ways of adepti.
Да, я хочу стать
This
адептом.
trial was prepared by Cloud Retainer. Its goal is to help me feel like an adeptus again.
Надеюсь, не на время. Ненавижу
The
испытания
training
на
is
время.
much to her signature style. I hope it won't make it seem like she is too unaware of the abilities of others.
Is it difficult?
No, I'm aware of your strength, Traveler. The power hidden within you is not inferior to mine. If you're ready, we shall begin the training.
Давай. На время? Сволочи. Я хотел попробовать нормально поиграть, а не на время. Хотел опробовать эту девчонку. Тихо. Не так, чтобы спешить каждый раз. Сейчас с той стороны смотри. 12 мишеней. Блин. Неужели это будет единственный раз, когда мы за нее поиграем?
There's a lot of gliding
Даже ульту не
around.
испытаем. А, у него целых 3 запаса этой, смотри. Вот тебе гони, ой, блин. В смысле? Не долетаешь, что ли? А, сделал все. Прикол. Ну это уже издевательство. Реально миссия для адептов какая-то. Что до хера мишени, слушай. Ей легче попадать, потому что у нее такая особенность, у нее взрываются эти стрелы. Охереть. Туда надо попасть, слушай. Там еще 3 мишени, ёб твою мать. Провалим и пофиг. Я заново за нее поиграю. Мне понравилось. Просто играть за нее. Да ты тихо, ты не глючь, пожалуйста. Не самое легкое испытание. Здесь всего поправки на дальность. Мне бы как-нибудь туда переместиться. Да, специально хачистые, да? Они бы еще мне время приводили.
Access denied.
О, нифига себе. Хотя бы мишени бы время мне прибавляли, да? Ну, тоже неплохо. А вон смотри, там можно взлететь, оказывается. Наверное, зря я это сейчас с одной точки делал. Выпендривался. Думаю, да, зря. Будет смешно, если успею. Вряд ли. 15 секунд. Не, все. Приехали. Ну, почти получилось, кстати.
Why did you come here?
Ну, давай.
This trial was
Господи, давай.
prepared. The training is much to her success.
Господи, эти разговоры ненавижу.
I'm aware of your strength. If you're ready.
А, тут ветер сразу. Я ветер-то не увидел. Сразу появился. Ладно. Все. Отмена паники. Все видели? Я все мишени расстреливал, как, а? Прикольно. Прикольно. Ветер. Так, тихо. Ты не знаешь, куда лучше, как лучше пойти иногда. В смысле, а что тропинка не появилась? Она должна была появиться, как бы, не? А, надо было, наверное, еще в этот попасть. Что-то я тупанул. Просто она так выглядит, будто по ней можно залезть. Появилась, смотри. Сейчас даже, возможно, успеем. Хер его знает. Ой. О. Так лучше. Телепорт активирован заодно. Он не успел активировать.
What do you... I agree. You possess many qualities similar to those of Adepti,
Да.
despite having none of their blood.
Возможно, наш персонаж даже выше адептов.
Ganyu, what were you planning to do once your training was over?
Почпокаться.
The training's not over yet. The part prepared by Cloud Retainer is only the first trial.
Huh? So there are more trials prepared by other Adepti?
No. The only Adeptus who can unlock my true potential is...
Who is it?
Conqueror of Demons.
А, серьезно?
Huh. So it's
Сяо.
Xiao. That cold-hearted
Ну, конечно,
woman?
только с ним ты
I
сможешь
found him
почпокаться.
unapproachable at first too. But I believe that being able to face him is an important part of my homecoming. He's already waiting for me. Come along if you're interested.
Of course we are. Let's go.
Типа... Не понял. Испытание это данж или что? Только не на время опять, пожалуйста. Ой, Сяо, привет.
You're half an hour late. I see you still haven't abandoned the wrongful ways of humankind.
I'm sorry. I had a meeting with Cloud Retainer.
I don't need your explanations and don't require any mutual understanding between us. I'm just helping you with your training. That's all.
Xiao is such a strict teacher.
You're neither an adeptus nor a human, always treading the line between the two worlds. It must create a lot of confusion. Instead of explaining yourself to me, you should face your true self.
I have nothing to hide.
The body and the mind are one. If something worries your mind, your body can help you find a solution. The trial I've prepared for you will explore the true potential of your body.
Yes. I'm ready.
I'm ready. Опять на время, да? Спасибо. Ну это перебор.
The trial's begun. Paimon can feel it in the air. Even the weather's changed.
Классно.
Born of ice and frost.
Cool it!
Out of the frying pan, Oz reveals.
Oh, so sorry.
Ну что, ульта?
Blaze over.
Что это такое? Классно.
Access denied.
Boba, get them.
Взломали, сволочь.
As you wish.
Know my sword. Witness the power of Guwa.
Ой, суки, там еще эти. Мочат их как хотят. У-ху.
We're way behind schedule. No touching. Access denied.
By royal decree.
Ну что, охренели, что ли? Как мне бесит эти пузыри. Ненавижу миссии по защите эти сраные.
All hail.
Boba, get them. Oz, reveal thyself. Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Охереть.
At the frying pan.
Born of ice and frost.
Freeze!
Как вас всех убить, твою мать?
Let me weave you a verse.
This is long overdue.
Don't get frostbite.
Nice and spicy. By royal decree.
50% уже снесли, сволочь. Все?
Oh, the sun's out. Oh,
Ну что, ты доволен?
this meteorological transformation is most splendid. Like a felicitous twist of fate in the face.
I've completed your trial.
You don't have to report back to me. Seeking other people's validation won't benefit your training. Only you can evaluate the result of this trial. You'll
Слушай,
progress faster that way.
он прав. Он абсолютно прав. Типа,
Xiao always
надо
had such strong opinions.
себя любить.
From tomorrow on, I'll start raising the difficulty of your training, so you'll have to...
I have to do what?
Another one of those pesky visitors. I'll leave him to you, Ganyu. It's also a part of your training.
В смысле, с человеком?
Pesky visitor? So even here there are those that Xiao can't deal with?
В смысле, с кем разобраться-то?
Oh heavens! Blessed be Rex Lapis. I've finally come upon the Adepti.
Додик.
Are all of you the Adepti of this mountain? Great! My name's Sin Chung. I came to ask for your merciful blessings, O Adepti. I beg of you, please grant me luck, wealth, and a good career.
Oh, so it's a pilgrim. Huh. He can handle any battle, but talking to strange humans is a
Ну да.
different story, huh?
Их же не убьешь, надо с ними договориться.
I'm also one of the Adepti. You can say that I'm an Adeptus in training.
Perfect. I didn't come in vain then. Although you sound a bit half-hearted. Doesn't matter. What blessings can you grant me?
Wow, straight to the point, huh?
Dear Pilgrim, you shouldn't jump to conclusions. Adepti don't help every pilgrim for free.
For free? Do you mean that you charge people for the blessings of the Adepti?
That's not what I meant. What I'm trying to say is that everything should be earned through hard work and earnest living. It would be unfair to other people if you got everything you wanted for no reason.
Hold on. I've heard this all before. You're just like my old man, always nagging me.
Your father must have experienced it firsthand. The lives of the common folk are riddled with hardships, but are also full of joy. A person of your age should focus on work and family, instead of chasing after fairy tales.
Дело говорит. Ты бы ее послушал.
Are you a real
Сказал человек,
Adeptus?
который играет
Why do you speak
в аниме-игру
and behave like
в
us
25
city
лет.
folk?
Мгм.
You sure you're not one of those swindlers who poses an Adeptus to cheat people out of their money? Ugh, how dare you reprove me? I bet you came here looking for the Adepti yourself.
He might sorta have a point. We did come here looking for Ganyu after all.
Но у нас цели другие.
Enough. Doesn't matter if you're a real Adeptus or not. You're useless. I'm leaving.
Nobody's stopping you. Ganyu, don't let that guy ruin your mood.
It's not his behavior. The things he said, he was right. I thought that coming back to Jueyun Karst and devoting myself to training would make me feel like an Adeptus again. But being questioned by him made me realize that But I'm unwelcome in Liyue Harbor. As an Adeptus,
It's true. Just believe us.
All right. I'll go with you to Liyue Harbor. That said, I still trust my
понятно.
initial judgment.
А как мы тебя должны переубедить? Рассказывай-ка.
If I'm proven right, I'll return to Jueyun Karst once again.
It's a step in the right direction. Let's go.
И сейчас наверняка кто-то начнет на нее гнать парашу, да? И она скажет, я пошла нахер отсюда. Ганьюи. Очень удобная коза, кокосовая, мне понравилась. Жалко, у меня ее нету. Очень бы хотел кокосовую козу и деда. Прямо мечта. Дед и коза. Шух-шух.
We're finally back.
I'm still...
Я все равно.
Come on, Ganyu. We're almost there. You don't want to turn back now, do you?
I suppose you have a point. It would
Ну
be
да,
quite
невежливо.
impolite of me to leave the two of you now.
That's right. Where do you want to go first then?
I've spent too much time in the mountains. The first thing that comes to my mind is the sea. Let's go for a walk in the port.
Happy to come with.
The sound of the waves in this familiar port. The smell of the sea breeze makes me nostalgic.
Ganyu, you didn't leave Liyue for that long. Why do you look so moved?
Well, I used to be so busy. I haven't taken a stroll around here in a long time.
Huh, that's true. Ganyu seemed to be working all the time.
Well, when I think about my time here, I've spent most of it behind a desk filing documents. It put me in a certain mood, similar to the one I felt during my training in Juyun Karst, in fact.
Is that? It is! It's
Это
Lady
брат?
Ganyu. I wouldn't have thought
Или он
I'd
просто
meet
так ее
you
называет
here.
сестренка?
You're
Скорее всего, просто
always
так.
so terribly busy.
Lady Ganyu? Why are you calling her that?
Как неловко.
Allow me to introduce Uncle Tian. He is...
Ну,
That's all right. Just tell them the truth. They have done so much for Liyue after all, and
кстати,
I
только
am
не,
the one
не
who
говори, что
should
это твой
introduce
чпокай.
myself.
Uncle Tian is a member of the Liyue Qixing,
В смысле?
the Tianshu.
Что это значит?
This grandpa is a member of the Qixing? The same rank as Ningguang?
Hush now. I must ask for your discretion concerning
У
my
тебя
identity.
стандартная
Fishing in
внешность,
the
всратовый
pond and
NPC,
strolling
кстати.
about are the greatest pleasures of my life. I have no wish to be followed around by those armed guards. In most people's eyes, I'm just a forgetful and wordy old man.
Uncle Tian is too modest. He's been around for a long time. There's no one who can replace a person of such noble character.
What an honor to receive such high praise from Lady Ganyu herself. I guess I must have done something right over the last, however many decades.
Uncle Tian, please. A person of your standing should really stop calling me Lady Ganyu.
My apologies. It's not intentional, just
Он-
a habit from my younger
Здесь
days.
перевод неправильный. Он называет ее не
Thank you for
сестренка,
looking
а
after
леди
me when I
Ганьюй.
first ascended to my position in the Qixing.
Oh, so you've been friends for many decades now, huh?
Oh, I was just fulfilling my duties as the Qixing secretary. It's nothing worthy of your gratitude.
Talking about secretaries, I don't know if I should bring it up. Ganyu,
Короче,
I
это его
believe you
любовница.
know my daughter,
Да хер знает.
Racing?
Или типа как
She
сестра,
seems to
не
be a
знаю.
bit
Пофиг.
troubled recently.
Yes, she works at Yua High Pavilion and she's my junior. How can I help her?
I don't know myself, really. She's all grown up now and doesn't like to ask for my help. May I trouble you to meet her at UAI Pavilion? She just needs a bit of guidance.
With pleasure. Solving the Chising's problems has always been in my job description.
She's back in character, just like that, huh? Let's move then to Yuhai Pavilion.
Давайте оттуда упадем. Ой, чтобы ближе было немножечко.
Miss Ganyu, it's been too long. I don't know why, but seeing you brings me a sense of peace in these chaotic times.
Indeed, it has been a while, Huixin. I'm flattered, but aren't you exaggerating a little? I heard that you've encountered some problems and came to see if I could be of some help.
My father asked you to come, didn't he? Abusing his status as a member of the Chising to trouble you.
Don't worry. I'm always happy to help a junior colleague from Yuhai Pavilion.
Ganyu's not only a competent secretary, but also a great mentor.
So, what can you tell me about the problem?
Ugh, where should I start? I discovered something strange while organizing tax records. There are obvious irregularities in the tax declarations of two stores, Second Life and Wanyo Boutique. However, whether I question the shopkeepers or check their accounts, I can't seem to make any progress with my investigation. Without any evidence, my hands are tied.
I see.
Короче, сейчас начнется
It's not
бюрократия
uncommon for
какая-то, да?
merchants to be blinded by greed.
Well, is there any solution you can advise?
Naturally. I've dealt with similar issues hundreds of times. Give me a moment to consider the best approach in this scenario. All right. Let's approach it this way then. Your enemy knows you best.
Huh?
If I remember correctly, Second Life and Wanyo Boutique are old business rivals, competing for market share due to their similar wares. In that case...
In that case... Ah! I know what you mean, Miss Ganyu.
Exactly. Let's start with Wanyo Boutique. The owner's name is...
Bolai.
Bolai, isn't it?
Yes, you're right. Follow me, please.
Так, цветочков пару соберем. Лишним не будет.
Aha, we meet again, traveler. And you must be from the Yuhai
Да, все
Pavilion?
возможно. Как ты угадал?
I suppose you're about to place a big order. I'd be honored to offer you my wares.
That won't be necessary, Mr. Bolai. Wanyo Boutique's credit is not sufficient to accept orders directly from Yuhai Pavilion. Should we need to place such an order, we would certainly go to Second Life instead.
What? Second Life? Ugh. That rascal Dongsheng. He's stealing all of my customers.
Well, Second Life's credit has always been excellent, and based on their tax records, their business is thriving.
Oh, Tax records? Thriving?
Huh. Is there anything you'd like to share with us, Mr. Bolai?
Don't let that rascal fool you. I know his dirty tricks best. If you don't believe me, show me his tax records. I'm sure I'll find something fishy in there.
You know Second Life's business so well?
Of course. Ugh, their every transaction makes my blood boil. I'd rather lose money myself than see that rascal make some.
Well then, please look over this tax record. We'll review Second Life's credit based on your observations.
Oh, of course. I'll read very, very carefully.
Не, ну в принципе конкуренция это нормально.
Word by word. Ah, here, I found it! That exquisite wooden furniture set he bought from Fanmu Carpenters at the beginning of the year. Ugh, he even flaunted it in front of me. Look at the tax record. Not a word about that furniture. And he kept all the profit for himself.
I
Взял просто и сдал.
He must have gotten rid of all the documents related to this transaction. No wonder there was no trace of it.
I told you so. Just as I expected. Ugh, I can't wait to watch him squirm.
But, Ms. Ganyu, despite all this, can't he just flat out deny ever making this transaction?
He might have destroyed all the evidence, but I believe the supplier, Fanmu Carpenters, might still have some proof of it.
Aha, you're right. Master Lu from Fanmu Carpenters must still have the invoice. He wouldn't be swayed by the likes of Dongsheng.
I hope so. Let's go to Fanmu Carpenters. It should be near Chingsa Village.
Цинце.
Thank you for shining a light on this case, Mr. Balai.
Oh, please, that's nothing. I just hope you won't be lenient with him once you find the evidence. That's
О, теперь цветочки, мои любимые.
I'm afraid I can't go to Chingsa Village.
It's all right,
Слушай,
you can stay in
я,
Liyue Harbor
пожалуй,
and finish your work.
воспользуюсь твоей услугой,
Leave the rest
потому
to
что
us.
мне необходимы диковинки Люэй.
So considerate of you. Still, I'm sorry to trouble you like that.
У тебя нечего покупать. У тебя сзади цветы лежат, чувак. Странный ты, чувак, очень странный. Ладно, погнали. В деревню Цинце. Там, та-да-там, та-да-там, та-да-там. Там, та-да-там, там. Да, что ты села-то? Девчонка устал?
Welcome. How can an old carpenter like me help you? I'm usually happy to take new apprentices, but I'm afraid I can't take too many at once. But I'm always around if you're keen for a chat.
Chingsa really is full of lonely old people.
Hey, I heard that, Flying One.
I'm sorry.
Master Lu, we've just come to see you and ask you some questions.
Don't worry, I know. You're from the Yuehai Pavilion, right? Why would the Qixing care about an old man like me? Well, whatever. You said that you want to ask me something. Ask away, then.
You're very direct, Master Lu. I will be plain. We're looking for proof that Dongsheng from Second Life has been evading taxation. Dongsheng bought some furniture from you at the beginning of the year. Do you still have the invoice or any other record of that transaction?
Oh, it's about Second Life. It was a big order. How could I forget?
Sure enough, Mr. Balai was right. Could we perhaps borrow that invoice? We won't have any evidence to bring against Dongsheng otherwise.
Of course you can. But I'm not so sprightly anymore.
What's that supposed to mean?
I only do my woodwork and display finished wares here at Fanmu Carpenter's. As for old documents and such, I keep them all in a warehouse west of here. But some troublemakers have recently moved there, invading my warehouse. I tried to drive them away, but they just wouldn't leave. Since you need that invoice anyway, it may be best to get it from the warehouse yourself. And while you're at it, you can teach those louts a lesson.
So that's what happened. I see.
I'll leave you to it then. I need to get back to work.
Take back the warehouse, find the invoice. Time for us to show our stuff in a fight.
Wait, I think I saw one of those troublemakers. Ah, over there.
Oh, Paimon sees them too. It's one of the
Хули ты
Fatui.
здесь жрешь, стоишь?
They must be plotting something against Liyue Harbor.
Maybe
Он цветочки
they're the
там
scoundrels who invaded
точит
Master
стоит.
Lu's warehouse.
Ever since Osial attacked the harbor, the Fatui's reputation in Liyue has reached rock bottom. We won't cause a serious diplomatic crisis by getting into some small scuffle with the Fatui within our borders. You need not worry. Besides, I can already feel their malicious intentions. Consider it my intuition as the secretary of the chief.
Интуиция секретаря.
What are we waiting for?
Ах
Let's
ты
go teach him
секретутка.
a lesson.
Так вы же хотели последить за ним, нет? Авада кедавра! А что, у тебя не было за спиной этой херни, нет?
Wings of darkness. Come, sever the...
Я еще и замер зашибись. Не люблю этих жирных, они тебя сильно сносят, еще и друзей своих лечат, слышь? Еще и щит на себя вешают, говно. Боба. Боба, убей его нахер. Пожалуйста, Боба, убей его. Супермена боссаны, блин. Ит. В смысле? Ах вы, негодяи, козлы.
Had enough. About time you tell us your plan. No?
Plan? What plan?
We just taught you a lesson, but clearly you weren't paying attention. If you don't spill whatever you're scheming against Liyue, we'll
Ну,
be forced to use harsher methods.
то последуют ягодки. Хочешь мои ягодки с кокосиками?
I'm telling the truth. There's no scheme.
If you're telling the truth, then why would you, a member of the Fatui, suddenly appear on the outskirts of Chinksa village?
Fine. If you really want to know, then, well, I was about to.
About to... what?
Pick berries over there.
I must admit, I didn't expect you to come up with such a silly excuse.
It's not an excuse. I rarely have a free morning, and I heard that there were fresh berries in this area. Think about it. I'm here alone, and Chinksa Village is nothing more than a retirement spot for old people. What could I be scheming anyway?
Judging by how he's looking at us, it does seem like he feels like he's the victim here.
So you have nothing to do with the occupation of Fanmu Carpenter's warehouse?
Fanmu Carpenter's warehouse? Where's that? I swear, I only came here to pick berries, that's all.
So it wasn't the Fatui who took over Master Lu's warehouse after all.
I also feel that he's telling the truth.
Whoopsie!
I misjudged the situation and offended you. My apologies. Our exchange only represents my personal views. If you wish it so, you can file a complaint to the Ministry of
Так он
Civil
нас тоже
Affairs.
бил.
Exchange? This woman, she's clearly aware that the Ministry of Civil Affairs wouldn't side with us for Tui.
Yes, precisely. As an alternative, you may try to solve this problem with force once again.
Paimon's in.
Darn you. How can you wear that solemn face while bullying me like this?
What's your choice then?
I'll get back to my berries.
What a bittersweet ending.
Но Паймон радостно.
I made a laughingstock out of myself. I might have spent too much time away from work.
No worries. It's always nice to teach the Fatui a lesson.
Так здесь-то
Let's
зачем
keep moving
проучить?
towards Master Lu's warehouse.
Ну просто пришел
Our goal
пособирать
is to get
ягод.
the invoice
Он не
after
виноват
all.
во всех бедах-то. От захватчиков. Я очень надеюсь, что склад это данж, и можно будет без всякого таймера насладиться силами нашей сладкой козочки. Очень сладкой козочки. Да твою мать. Та-та-та-та-та. Глубоко, да? Тогда кювет. Повыше, да, надо забираться. Кювет нам не поможет.
This is the warehouse. Seems like those
Так мы
troublemakers
даже не
protected
увидели.
more than a few hair churls.
Хачи.
Let's show them what we got.
Это и есть склад такой маленький. Неудивительно, что у вас товаров сратый. Момент этот абсолютно.
No rest for the... Freeze!
Boba, get them.
Боба, а боба. Гедзем, а боба.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Что-то жирный какой-то, не кажется, а?
Into the fire.
Твою мать.
By royal decree.
Don't get frostbite.
О, как быстро набирается у меня все. Все благодаря луку. Все это все подкрепление, что ли? Ты чё, пацан? А, нет, вон, смотри еще. Бежит усиленный говнюк этот.
Wings of darkness. Come, sever night, nice and spicy.
Nice and spicy.
No, my sword. You're toast.
Ой, ой, как чешется нас.
I summon at the frying pan
Боба,
into the fire.
давай тебе идти. Ну, щит обоссанный. Ну, просто обоссанный щит, понимаете?
Freeze!
Boba, get them.
Мне очень удачно.
By royal decree.
Ты не знаешь, от кого защищаться. Да капец. На одном хп меня. От меня защищается.
This one is an invoice from Waterman Restaurant. Some dining tables and chairs. That's not it. This one is Wangcheng Funeral Parlors. Oh, so they make coffins too.
Да где же? Расписка это... А вот сзади, наверное.
This one is Second Lives. We finally found it. Let's.
Time to act.
Time to act.
I hope it wasn't too much.
I promise to help you and I'll keep my word. Look, it's the invoice for the transaction.
Oh, thank you so much.
Agreed. How about we go to...
Рассказывай.
Isn't it?
А, у тебя вдруг голос
From the
появился.
UI Pavilion. I remember you. I told you that all of my transactions are included in the records. My tax declarations are scrupulous as well. I do hope that my business won't be affected by any groundless accusations.
Groundless accusations? Mr. Dongsheng, you seem very sure
Короче,
of
весь сюжет
yourself.
строится на том, что она ошибается.
But I
Я так
sincerely
чувствую.
advise that you cease this behavior immediately. It is liable to affect the fine you'll need to pay in the end.
No. I'm an honest merchant. I would never get involved with any fraudulent sources of profit.
Haven't I made myself clear? Mr. Dongsheng, you've already been proven guilty of tax evasion. I just came here to see if you'd confess.
What? Proven guilty? How come? That's impossible. Absolutely absurd.
He's talking without rhyme or reason. Must be crumbling under Ganyu's pressure. Time for the finishing blow!
Mr. Dongsheng, can you tell me what this is?
It's an invoice from Fanmu Carpenters. I'm Master Lu. I didn't...
Do you admit to tax evasion? This transaction was absent from the tax record.
I didn't think you'd find out. I didn't leave a single trace.
Indeed. We wouldn't have found out if it weren't for Mr. Boalai's aid.
Balai? That imp from Wanyo Boutique?
Мгм.
So he
Сейчас и
told
про
on
него
me
все
behind my
расскажут.
back. He's got his own share of dirty laundry.
Ага, ага.
Oh?
Весело.
Mr. Dongsheng, I'd like to hear a little more about this dirty laundry. Would you care to elaborate? I don't think you'll need my guidance for what comes next.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Ganyu. I can take it from here.
That's good.
I must say, you're truly impressive, Ms. Ganyu. Your enemy knows you best. To think, you came up with this plan and executed it so masterfully.
It's actually one of your father's, the Tianshu's, old tricks. I just took some inspiration from it.
А, ее отца?
My
Моего
father?
отца?
Pitting your opponent against their enemies and watching them drag each
А,
other
это
down from an
который
advantageous position.
полуадепт тоже?
That's how Uncle Tian managed to keep his position in the Qixing secure for so many years. I figured that as Uncle Tian's daughter, you'd naturally grasp your father's strategies. So, I decided to use one of your father's tricks and play it out for you to see.
I can see it now. Clearly, I still have a lot to learn about my father. I'm really grateful, Ms. Ganyu. You're the kindest mentor I've ever had. Thank you.
Ganyu solved both Hoishin's work and family problems. 2 birds with 1 stone.
Oh, you've helped me so much. You must allow me to repay your kindness.
That's not necessary. No need to be so serious. It was nothing, really.
Then let me treat you to a meal. The Traveler and Paimon are invited as well. I appreciate your help.
All right, come on, Ganyu. Just say yes. Let's eat.
If it's just a meal, there's no reason for me to decline. It'll be my pleasure, Huixin.
Actually, I've already booked Senor Kiosk. I need a moment to prepare everything first. Let's meet there in a while.
All right. We dare not refuse such generosity.
Чё, повиновение? Отправляйтесь на обед. Ну-ка. Может, что еще интересно там объявится, да? Кто его знает? Я вот не знаю. Я почему-то постоянно читаю не шатер, а шахтер. Ну чё, пойдем жрать.
Miss Ganyu, thank you for accepting my invitation. And as for the two of you, your presence is also much appreciated.
Sure.
That's so kind of you, Huixin. You went to great lengths to organize this.
Truth be told, apart from thanking you for all the help, there's something I'd like to tell you.
Oh? If there's anything I can help you with, just tell me straight away. No need to hesitate.
Oh, no, I don't really need help. Could you just listen for a bit?
With pleasure.
When I was a little girl, my father used to tell me many stories about you, Miss Ganyu. Even though I have the utmost respect for my father, I always admired how gentle and reliable you are. I've only decided to join the Yuhai Pavilion staff because I've always looked up to you.
I didn't know that you think so highly of me.
However, in reality, working at the Yuhai Pavilion turned out to be an arduous task. I can't compare myself to such an outstanding secretary like you. I often doubt myself as a result.
I disagree. You're a great secretary in your own right.
Thank you. Over the years, I became a mother, too.
Huh? So Uncle Tian is a grandpa!
Influenced by my youthful ideals, she followed my footsteps and came to be a secretary at the Yuhai Pavilion too.
Офигеть, а что, она уже выросла, что ли?
First, I
Тоже
was
как бы
worried about
молодая,
her.
как бы, нет?
It's not an easy job after all. To tell the truth, I'm still unsure if she's capable enough. But after all that happened this time, I've made up my mind to support her choice.
So, what made you change your mind?
The fact that she'll have you, Ms. Ganyu, as her senior colleague. You'll help her, gentle as always, and tell her your mom used to do it like that. It'd be such a beautiful moment. If it's not too much to ask for, she might still need your guidance in 20+ years, too.
Huixin, I never thought that I meant so much to you.
Just like when you showed me my father's trick. Having you as their witness makes people feel at ease.
Witness? It's true that I've witnessed thousands of years of Liyue Harbor's history. All the changes it's gone through, the stories of its people. But I've always regarded it as nothing more than the source of my loneliness. Huixin, you don't know how important those words are to me. You've made me realize that I share another connection with the people of Liyue Harbor. Apart from my contract with Rex Lapis, they rely on me, accept me, and long for me to bear witness to their stories.
Oh, of course. You're irreplaceable to us.
That's right. That's why I can't disappoint you.
Hooray! Ganyu's finally cheered up!
Even if I've really been supplanted, I wish to fight for my place. I won't let you down. I'm going to fulfill my contract and keep working as the Qixing secretary. Regardless, I'll go back and see for myself. I'm afraid that it might have all become a mess during my absence. No time to waste. Let's get back to work.
Good luck, Miss Ganyu.
We're leaving already? Paimon's still hungry.
Ну что, погнали во дворец. Я надеюсь, теперь можно дотелепортироваться. А, это дворец обычный, да? Я думал, который парящий. Кто-то вернулся? А, вот, да, вернулся. Ну чё? Ах, Байши.
Baisha, are you okay? Did you fall asleep standing up? Look who's back.
You even have enough time for leisure? It seems you three are a suitable replacement for me after all.
Not at all. We've been working for too long. If we didn't take a break...
We wouldn't have survived long enough to see you again, Miss Ganyu.
Miss Ganyu, we've missed you.
That's so kind of you all, given we've only met once.
We've been praying day and night for you to return and take over your duties again.
To us, you're like an adeptus coming down to the human world to save all life.
Forget all our envious complaints from before. Just free us from this strenuous work, please.
All right, I see. Please divide the matters at hand into government affairs, business affairs, and civil affairs. Mark out the tasks that haven't been started, and those that are in progress. I'll take care of the rest.
Of course. We'll do it right away.
Oh, finally. We're saved.
Yes. There's one more thing. I'd like to earnestly thank you, Traveler. If it weren't for your companionship, I would still be embroiled in my inner... To think that I'd gained a human friend outside of work. It makes me happier than I could have imagined. I'd like to repay you when I'm done with the work at hand. What would you say if I accompanied you on one of your trips?
Погнали.
Sure, but are you ever done with work, Ganyu?
В этом моменте надо было сделать все бесплатно.
Let's cross that bridge when we come to it, shall we?
Как же присоединиться к путешествию? Ну как так-то? Эх, видно. Ладно, ребята, подписывайтесь, ставьте лайки, пишите комментарии. И, как говорится, всем пока.